I'm going to go into Lightroom and show you how to do this right here. So notice quick collection over here to the left side. It says quick collection, there's a plus sign, it says 0. It's important that it says 0. If it doesn't, you'll need to go File, Clear Quick Collection. And so I'm going to select that first image and just push the letter B as in boy, and it should say add to quick collection. If you messed up, you didn't like it in there, you can just push B again and then it'll go back to 0. Notice over here, quick collection, when I push B, it goes into that folder. I'm going to go to my next image that I like and push B. Might go to this one, press B, number 13. Got to get Ashley in there. So I'm going to count up all the way until I get to 32. And then when you're ready, make sure that you're in quick collection, otherwise this will not work. And you'll need to press on the book. And what I want to do first is look down at the very bottom, and you should see a bunch of your images. There should be 32 photos, and it says it right there where 32 photos, and it labels all of your images. First thing we need to do is go up here under book settings and make sure it says PDF for book. There is another option with blurb, and I'll talk to you about blurb in class. Size is going to be standard portrait, 8 by 10 portrait. These are going to be vertical images, and then you'll want to make sure the cover is listed on soft cover. JPEG quality, let's just crank that up to 100. We want these images looking really good. Color profile will be Adobe RGB. Again, Adobe RGB is for printing, sRGB is for web, so Adobe RGB. And file resolution should be 300 ppi, it's perfect. You can leave sharpening on or off. Sharpening just means it'll, when JPEG processes the image files, they'll be sharpened for that output. You can pick your media type here. Let's just pick matte for now because we're not going to be printing on glossy paper. We're going to be using the phaser printer and or the black and white HP LaserJet. Okay, under auto layout, we'll need to select a preset. Go ahead and click whatever it says and then go down to auto edit auto layout preset. And what we need to do is probably just create our own preset. I'm going to assume that your preset is on left blank, right one photo caption, whatever that means. So what we'll need to do is first go to the left page, click blank, and set it same as right side. Now we'll go to the right page and we'll click on, make sure it says fixed layout. We'll go to one photo, click on one photo, and then scroll all the way up, and it'll be the second small square gray box thing with a white border around it. And we'll select that, and we'll make sure it says zoom photos to fit, and do not press on match long edges, and we will click off of add photo captions so it doesn't say that, and then we'll click save, and we'll just title this preset 32 page booklet, and we'll click create. And Lightroom has this great thing where instead of me having to go and drag and drop these images in, which I could do for each page, I'm going to clear that layout because I messed it up. I can just click on auto layout because we've already selected those 32 from our quick collection. So right here in the right sidebar under preset, click auto layout, and it automatically loads my photos into there, right? The downside to this is that we have little control over which one's first or second. So hopefully we kind of work that out prior to this. Otherwise, we can just click and drag these images, not these images, these pages. Notice if I click on the image, it wants to move the image. If I click on the page, this white portion that surrounds the box, that it'll just move the pages around. So I can do that throughout this whole entire book. And this is exactly what you're going to get page 1 to 32. And if you don't like an image, then you can say just like click on one and hit delete, and it gets rid of it, right? So gray doesn't mean it's going to print gray. Also, it'll just print a blank page over here and print one image over here. However, we can, if you want to go even further, if you're good with this, then that's fine. But if you want to go further, what you can do is go over here to underneath page and click this small arrow, and what you'll see is you have lots of different options for what pages could potentially look like. There's these pages with text on the side. We can click on 2 photos, so if we wanted to add 2 photos in one section, I'll just click that and show you kind of what happens here. I can click and drag this one, and I can click and drag this one. Or if I didn't like that, then I can go to 2-page spread, which I think could be interesting for you guys. And what I'll do is select the second one down, so that way one of my photos is going to end up on both pages. It's going to be a photo spread, basically. So I kind of like that look. And what I might do is move that around, delete this one, and really I want you to go at your books to edit them as much as possible with the time allowed today, and then we'll be printing them out. So there's also another option in here for a front cover, and I can select this little drop down menu, and the one I like to use is, I think it's this, nope, not that one, I think it's this one. Nope, it's not that one either. There it is. It's the second one all the way down in the bottom. And so what I wanted to do was possibly put in a different photo here, and then I can type something, and if I zoom into this just by double clicking the photo, then I can sit here and type something. So what I'm typing in here can be edited if I scroll down underneath the type dialog box, and I can change my typeface to something, well, Myriad Pro is fine, but let's just change this to white so I can see what I'm looking at, and then make the size a little bit bigger. I don't think I like a serif font, sorry, a sans serif, so I want a serif. I'm going to use Caseline, Adobe Caseline Pro, and then what I'm going to do is center that by clicking this little button right there. So this is the Pupa Wedding, and this is the Pupa Wedding book. I can also add a photo in over here if I wanted to, something like this would be fine, or I can just like delete that. It might be kind of cool for you guys to post in maybe a photo of yourself and maybe like a little short bio. And I do have a photograph of myself somewhere. There's actually a few of them in here. Where did it go? Whatever. Do that one. It's kind of silly. And I'm just going to zoom out by pressing Command minus a few times, and then I get to look at my book. So the next thing I need to do, whenever I'm done here, I just click Export Book to PDF, and then I'm going to save this as my first name, last name, week 8, book. And I'm just going to save that to, just make sure you save that to your desktop, and then upload that to the student server under week 8. Didn't print out. Okay, so now that you've printed your book, you'll need to print your cover. And to do that, you need to open this in Adobe Acrobat Pro again, and what you'll see there is just the cover portion that will be a wrapper to the entire book. So it's only one page, and you're not going to be printing this as a booklet. You're just going to be printing this as a regular like landscape file size. So under page and sizing, you'll need to click on size and click on actual size, no, click on fit, and then click on landscape. So this will position your image so it fits proportionally within the frame of the paper. And then one thing to notice here is, let me see if I can zoom in, is that there's white space around the top here. So what you'll need, and there's probably going to be white space on the edges when you print it out. And what you can do is take the page to the framing area of the VCP lab and trim your booklet down to make it look nice and pretty. Okay, so the final actual last portion of this will be to staple your booklet together. The end.